Welcome to the podcast, everyone, the Idiot Podcast. I'm here with my mom. You know her, you love her.
Thank you. Well, you know her for sure. I don't know about the love
I
part.
feel like everyone loves you.
Oh, good.
Definitely, 100%. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a like because it pushes it up the algorithm. Isn't that interesting? No, it's not. But just do it, okay? Please. Or you don't have to. Now I feel bad for asking you. You don't have to. Just don't. In fact, don't do it. Don't. Is this self-sabotaging?
No, I think there are a large group of the population who automatically do whatever somebody asks them not to do. So I think you're reaching a different target group.
Reverse psychology?
Yeah.
Don't like this video, whatever you do.
Yeah.
Don't.
Because we all have a bit of a rebel in us, and I think that's part of it.
There is a compelling thing to be like, she told me not to, so I'm going to.
Absolutely.
But why is that? Why are we rebellious?
I think people don't like being told what to do.
And why is that?
Because you like to be independent. Even if you
What, you want free will?
You know what, even if your free will would have chosen to do that exact same thing, sometimes just the fact that somebody told you that you had to do it is enough to make you not do it.
And on that note, I'm going to chew some ice. Just because I know that's going to be really annoying for people.
Oh,
We're on the mic
I would
with
imagine.
the mic, and I just thought of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's an interesting point.
Yes, and your father is very definitely like that.
Dad is like that. Oh my gosh. Do any of you have a rebellious nature and want to do the opposite of what you're told to do? I think teenagers, everyone does that. That's just like a natural part of...
Well, and maybe it's that whole thing that some people never mature, but I think also there are some people that are just, anti-do what people ask you to do.
It drives you crazy. It drives you crazy. My dad can't hear shit for shit.
No, he can't.
But he won't get a hearing aid. And it's like, because we're telling him to get a hearing aid. I'm not going to do that.
No.
I don't need it. Yeah, you do, Dad. What?
It's it exactly, and it's constant. I've been here, so I've been calling him to, see if he's okay and chat. And every time he picks up the phone and he goes, I can't hear you. It's like the TV is loud enough for the neighbors on both sides of us to hear.
Yeah.
Turn down the TV. Wait a minute, I gotta turn down the TV. It's like, get a hearing aid.
But he won't do it.
He won't do it. He's waiting for the sophisticated one, where he can just walk around and say, point at things and somehow be connected.
Oh.
He says they're coming.
Okay. All right. Anyway, wow.
Yes.
That's a lot.
Yes.
So how are you doing?
I'm well. I'm happy. I'm in my happy place.
Really?
I'm with you. I'm with my grandchildren, who I love and adore.
I feel like this trip with you, you've really bonded with the kids a lot.
Yes.
Like, that's been really cool to see. I mean, Alfie, my 4-year-old, is obsessed with Grandma, to the point where even last night, it was because when he wants to go to bed, he says, big boy bed. And he normally says, Mommy, big boy bed. Like, Mommy, let's go to sleep. That's his way of saying it. And last night it was Grandma big boy bed, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. And then I was like, I'll take him, and I take him in. We lay down, and he was like, Grandma big boy bed. And so he got up, shot out, and ran to find Grandma, and then took you in.
Yes. And in we went.
Oh.
And I just sit there.
And he's been cuddling you a lot.
A lot. He'll come up and say, Grandma, hug.
Grandma big hug.
And then I pick him up and we just sway or rock and it's lovely. I love that.
Yeah. Wow. That's really
It is. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
And Grandma pool.
Yes.
Going in the pool 3 times a day.
Oh, I want to know, all the moms out there, because we are struggling with some behavior issues, which I think is normal toddler stuff, to be honest. Sometimes swatting, like, that's normal. Kids hit each other. And What else? Oh, like throwing stuff, like throwing toys or throwing food. It almost seems so impulsive, like there is a lack of control. He just throws it and then he's upset that he threw it. But I wonder if anyone has any good tips on how to deal with those behaviors, because I feel like I've tried literally everything. Validating the feelings. It's okay to be mad, but we don't throw. It's okay to be sad, but we don't hit. I've done that. I've done the really stern, voice. That doesn't seem to work.
I tried the school teacher voice.
The school teacher voice, yeah.
And Poppy burst into tears.
Yeah, and she didn't do anything.
Elfie was like, eh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. One really good advice I got from a therapist friend of mine was when they throw, and this might seem really obvious to people, but it just wasn't for me, was because what would happen was he would throw something and I would say, Alfie, if you throw it, you need to pick it up. And then oftentimes he wouldn't pick it up, so I end up picking it up. And she's like, no, you need to do hand over hand, where you take him gently and hand over hand so he is learning to pick it up. And like, this is the consequence. If you throw something, you need to pick it up. It's responsibility. And literally I did that for like a day, and now he just picks everything up. It seems really logical, but it's not actually, to think that you need to put your hand over their hand and direct them to do it every single time. It's also like the consistency, I think, is so key. Because if even one time they throw something and don't have to do it, they just think, oh, I can just, destroy the house with no consequences.
But when he hit the jelly jar off of the counter and you hear glass connecting with the floor, your instinct is to, go, because that could be dangerous. In this case, it didn't break, but I was picking it up before I even thought about it.
Well, it's funny. He threw my mug the other day, and that broke. And there was like 2 big pieces that weren't sharp.
Right.
And I brought him over, and I had him pick up the 2 big pieces and then exit, and I did the rest.
Yeah,
because it was like, you don't want him to get cut.
No.
But it's like, dude.
Yes. Yeah. The behavior has to be
insane.
Modified. Yeah. I would be interested in your viewer's opinion about timeouts.
Yeah. So that was another piece that we were given, and that felt very odd to me and not my first choice by any means. But yeah, I wonder what everyone's thoughts are on timeouts. That's a really good question. I'm even back and forth on whether or not it's good for the kid. So basically, this therapist suggested that when he hits, like anything violent, anything that's dangerous, like hitting his sister, immediate timeout. I was like, well, how long do you do a timeout for? And she said 1 minute per year alive.
Yes.
What was it?
Yes.
So like 4 minutes it would be for him, right? Because he's 4. And basically it was like you stand at any blank wall for 4 minutes.
Facing the wall.
Which he's not really been facing the wall.
No.
But like, it's hard because I don't know necessarily that he grasps. I think he does connect the two, and we'll see. But yeah, what are your thoughts on timeouts? Have you found them to be effective? It's like, I don't know.
Have you found a good way to do it? Because I found when he did something, whether he hit or swatted Poppy, and he doesn't hit her hard, he bops her on the head.
Right.
And never with another object. It's a light boop on the head.
Yeah.
And the only way I could get him to stay for an extended period of time was counting out loud. So we counted slowly to 100, which was over 2 minutes at least. And
the problem with that is that
I'm entertaining him.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's getting grandma right next to him who's counting to 100.
Right.
And he's like looking around and smiling and getting counted to.
Sure.
And then I'm laying with him at night and he's counting with, by the way, perfect diction.
Oh, nice.
Just 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Like just counting.
I'm just trying to make the numbers go slower, which is why, 31.
Yeah, and he really is counting beautifully. He counted to like 40 the other night, just perfectly. It was
Nice.
awesome. But so, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, Colleen, my sister, said they had tried something similar, but we won't even get into that. Okay, what else?
What else about what?
I don't know.
Oh, about anything?
I'm codependent!
Okay.
And I'm freaking out! This podcast is sponsored by AG1, y'all. AG1 is an amazing green supplement. I take it every single morning. It's packed with 75 different vitamins, minerals, whole source food ingredients. Y'all, it's completely vegan. It helps with gut health, energy, hair, nails, strengthens your immune system. It's all your vitamins and minerals all in one drink. You just take a scoop, put it in the cup, mix it around, squeeze a little lemon in there. I like to, and it tastes so good. If you order it through me, just go to drinkag1.com/idiot. Again, that's drinkag1.com/idiot, and you can get a year supply of immune supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs. Y'all, it's your nutritional insurance. I love it, and I know that you will too. I've been spiraling. I was up till 1 a.m. spiraling about the stark realization that I am codependent and that I have been since I started dating. From my very first relationship, met a guy named Mike. It was 4th of July. We were at the Four Corners in downtown Downers Grove. The fireworks were a-flashing. I'm walking this way, he's walking that way. We're only about 12, 13. I see him, he sees me. Wow, there's attraction. There's sparks flying.
Oh, did you do the turn thing?
Yeah, so we see each other walk by, and then we keep walking, and I was like, man, that guy was really cute. I turn around to look at him. Sure enough, he turns around to look at me. We catch eyes at the same time, and we give each other this big smile. Well, then I get shy, and I keep walking, and he runs after and follows me, and he's like, hey, can I maybe get your phone number? And I think at that point, like, how did he even get it?
How did Mike from the Midwest get to talk like a California guy?
Hey, can I get your phone number?
Okay, whatever. Go ahead. Tell the story.
Hey, can I get your phone number?
Much better. Okay.
There. So I was like, yeah, sure. So anyway, and that was the start of our romance. Gosh, that was like 12, 13 years old. We started having these phone conversations, long phone conversations. And then around high school is when we started officially dating.
And you dated for 4 years. Did you notice everything was fours?
On and off, on and off.
4th of July.
Yes. But my point is that relationship, looking back, was pretty codependent. I don't know. It felt like we had a sort of unhealthy attachment to each other a bit. I don't know. I just feel like I definitely experienced that in my marriage. Let's go ahead and read the characteristics for codependency. Here are the 10 common character traits of codependency. Number 1, a tendency to minimize or ignore your own needs.
Oh my God, I'm codependent.
Okay, see where I get it?
Yes.
This is all your fault.
It is it's always the mom's fault, isn't it? Always the mom's fault.
There's just no way you're not gonna mess up your children. And here's the thing, I've come to terms with that already. There's just no way.
I agree.
I mean, look at the shit show that's taking place and they're only 2 and 4.
I always get grief about the way when you guys would do something that was obviously wrong, I would say, go sit in another room and think about ways to do it better.
Uh-huh.
And you would say, I didn't try. And I would say,
you didn't try not to.
Every family party, I hear this. Do you remember you used to say, I didn't try not to? Was that so terrible?
It was your catchphrase.
It was made to make you think. It was said to make you think.
You didn't try not to. And I understand that. That's not bad.
Well, but I seem to get grief for it for like the last 30 odd years.
It's not grief. It's just funny because it's like the thing you would say all the time. We would say, I didn't try to, and you didn't say you didn't try not to. And it was just like a catchy little catchphrase you used to say. And I get why you said it.
Yeah. Well, and we would go sit down and think about a way you could have done it better.
I love that.
I always thought that was a good idea.
I love that.
I hear about that one too, though.
That's finding your part in the situation. That's something I learned in my recovery program too. It's like, okay, well, I didn't try to, act like an asshole, but I didn't try not to. Where's my part? What did I do?
Yes, you didn't.
What's my part in the situation here? How did I contribute to this? That's a hard thing for people to do. And you instilled that in us early. Find your part in the situation.
And I had no idea I was doing that.
How could you have done things better?
I don't know. I think that
you have done differently?
I think that all parents feel like they could have done a million things differently.
Yeah.
Well, I do.
Yeah.
I do. I think all parents
Well, we're
feel
all
that way.
going to F up our kids. There's just no two
It
ways
depends.
about it.
Yeah. To what degree?
To an extent. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the few friends I have that have like perfect parents, do you really? Come on, tell me the deep dark secrets. I know they're in there.
Nobody's perfect.
You got at least one creep in that family. I know it.
Yeah.
How do you not?
I had a friend who used to resign.
What is that? Oh, from parenting?
Yeah. She'd
Right.
leave a note on the fridge. I quit. I'm not your mother anymore.
Like for the day.
For the day. No, yeah. She would never actually, even for a couple of hours.
She was a great mom overall.
Absolutely a wonderful mother.
She would just quit occasionally.
Yeah.
And be like, I quit. You have no mom for the next 3 hours. Bye. I quit.
And she wouldn't even leave. She'd still be there. Just don't ask me for anything.
Don't talk to me.
Yeah.
You little shits.
Well, I don't think she said that either, but she probably thought it.
Yeah. Number 2.
We're only on one.
Neglecting your own needs and desires to satisfy those of the other person.
Okay, what was the first one?
A tendency to minimize or ignore your own needs.
That's the same thing.
Shit.
Right? 1 is 2.
Yeah. This list sucks.
Well,
Yeah,
let's see if 3 is also.
Number 3, you don't pay attention to your own needs. I'm just kidding. Okay, number
You put
3.
his needs in front of yours.
Yeah.
That's 4.
Yeah, number 5, his needs come way before your own.
Right.
It's just the same. Okay, number 3, self-worth or self-esteem that depends on what others think of you.
Yeah, no. That one's not a me. I don't really care about what other people think about me.
But I wonder if that's just you getting old.
Thank you. No, really. Thank you.
But literally,
As
you get older,
Oh, absolutely.
you stop giving a shit.
You do.
And that's like, come on, that's gotta be one of the perks.
Do you know what's even worse? You feel like you have this license to embarrass. You can say things that you never would have said when you were young, and people, they'll just go, oh, she's old. She's just asking that terribly inappropriate question at this unbelievably inappropriate time because she's old.
I love that.
It's so much fun.
That's a real exciting thing that I'm looking forward to.
It's fun. You'll love it.
I'm so excited because I still kind of care,
Oh, what people think of
a
you?
little bit. Yeah, and I can't wait to get to the point where I don't.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
No.
Does it feel good?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yes. But I also think that generationally,
Yeah.
we hippies did not care what other people thought.
Oh, come on. There must have been a time in your life where you cared what others thought or, what the people in the neighborhood thought of this or that or da-da-da.
The people in our neighborhood?
Come on. That's human nature to care what people think. Really? You didn't have any of that?
I definitely had that in grammar school and part of
Okay.
high school.
Oh.
But by the time I got to college, no.
Oh.
But again,
All right.
we were anti-everything.
Right.
So,
Anti-bras even.
yes.
Let those titties hang loose.
Well, I was built way more like you. So, was that offensive?
What?
I said I was built way more like you, so I didn't really need a bra.
Though I feel like my boobs look absolutely massive today. Like
Yours sounds like squeezing mine because they're squishy and they're fun.
what did you just say? What did you just say?
I said, Alfie likes squishing mine in the pool because they're fun and they're squishy.
Okay. I thought that's what you said.
I did say that.
All right.
It's been a new game.
Really?
Who does that?
What do you call, what is this game called?
I don't think we had a title for it. He'd just say, these are fun and squishy.
He doesn't say these are fun and squishy.
He says they're squishy, and he says fun,
And then he squishes them?
and he squishes them.
And you just let him have at it?
Am I supposed to dunk him? I mean, come on, what am I going to do?
All right.
It's not like he lingers on them.
No.
It's, you know,
It's
a
just
fun,
they're fun
squishy
and
game.
Squishy.
Yeah.
I don't think this is a problem.
No,
Okay.
definitely not a
All right.
problem.
All right. Well, anyway.
If he was 12,
No.
it'd be a problem.
Totally.
Yeah.
Exactly. They're just big fun bags for him. They're not,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Breasts are not sexual organs, just FYI. They're not.
You tell him, honey.
They're not. And so straight men out there, they're actually not made for you. They're made to literally keep children alive, babies alive, and for toddlers to squish around on. Okay. So number 5.
And they help you float in the pool.
And to help Alfie float in the pool. Number 5, doing things you don't want to do to please the other person. Well, do you identify with that?
Sometimes, but again, with age, that kind of goes out the window too.
Okay.
Unless the other
Right.
person needs care,
Sure.
then, you know, you have to compromise.
Taking on more work than you can handle to lighten the other person's load. That's another characteristic.
It is. It is. Tell me, is procrastination going to be in there too?
Well, that's more ADHD, which we
Okay.
both definitely have. 100% have that. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. You gave me that too. So thanks. Thanks for that.
Mothers get blamed for
You
everything.
gave codependency and ADHD.
Doesn't
100%.
matter how you discipline, doesn't matter how you raise them. If they're happy,
Yeah.
it's still going to be your fault as the mother.
I know, and I'm prepared for that.
Yeah.
Like I can already see Poppy
Oh,
telling
yeah.
me.
Well, tell them about
my fault.
when you were checking out your outfit to see if it was okay, and Poppy came into the closet, and I was sitting in there with you. And what did she do?
Poppy's just devastated if the focus isn't on her, and she was upset that I was trying on clothes, and she wanted to try on clothes, so she'll put on my big clothes and look in the mirror, and if we're not focused on her going, oh, that looks good, Poppy, she's like, "Meow," and just this big frown.
And step in front of you, so she's closer to the mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
She's
fine.
so you. That
Yeah,
was
she
you.
is a tiny me.
As a kid.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Number 8, taking on the blame to keep the peace and avoid conflict. Number 9, shifting or changing your mood to reflect how the other person feels.
That one, 2 no's in a row.
2 no's in a row. Number 10, a repeated pattern of avoiding conflict.
I tend to avoid conflict unless it's really necessary.
Yeah.
I don't like conflict. I just don't.
Right. Codependent. Very codependent.
You know
of
what? Yeah, maybe.
You said 5? Okay. But I mean, I guess at the end of the day, what relationship isn't codependent?
Well,
Maybe
I
it's a
think if you're
spectrum.
committed to each other,
Right.
there's going to be some codependency.
Yeah.
Because that's part of why you commit, so
Right.
that you can depend on each other. And does
Yeah.
it have to be codependency?
Well, because oftentimes the codependent person pairs with like a sort of, you don't want to necessarily say narcissist because I think we use that word too lightly now, right? And like everyone's ex is a narcissist. I get that. But I do think that the codependent personality type often matches with, it's basically giver taker
yeah.
dynamic.
Yeah. But you have always been in a relationship once you started dating.
Right.
You've never gone for any extended period of time without having a boyfriend or a
Right.
significant other. You know,
It's true.
it is true.
It's very true, and that hit me last night. I was really thinking about that.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I want to break that pattern. I don't want that to repeat.
Right.
And the codependency thing, it's like this deep, deep fear of abandonment, you know, and then you get so much anxiety around like, what is that person doing? Or I don't know.
Sure.
I just definitely found that was the case with my last relationship and the one before and the one before, you know, and it's just interesting to go like, okay, what can we do about it? Anyway, I spiraled because I realized that I was codependent, and it's not fun to be like that. And I don't want to be like that.
No. Yeah, I think it's really important not to be. But I think one of the ways to break that cycle is to depend more on your friends than you do on that one specific person.
Sure.
You know, because there are lots of outlets out there.
I think that's really good advice. Valuing your platonic relationships and and even having like a support group. Like I have this group of women that I go see every week. That's huge for me.
Yes.
You know, having a group that you can share honestly with.
I have a book club, and we're the same.
Yes.
And we've been at it for 30 years.
30 years my mom's been a part of this book club.
And the book club, we have 12, and it's hard to do a lot of intimate things with the book club, but we break off into smaller groups and, you know, have dinner, you know, where there will be 3 or 4 people that you can say anything to and talk about anything, and you do depend on them.
Yeah.
In a much healthier way.
I love that.
Than dependence for validation.
Yeah, and like making your significant other your everything.
Yes, and it keeps you sane.
Yeah.
You know, because nobody should be your everything.
Totally.
I think the only time that plays is infant and mother. Mm-hmm. Then I think the two of you are each other's everything for a while. And I love that stage.
Yeah.
It's just precious. Even though it may not last past the time you come home from the hospital, it's still wonderful.
Yeah, it is a wonderful stage.
It is.
I love that. I think we should end this podcast here, and we can do another 30-minute after.
Okay.
Fine with me. To end with?
I think you're perfect the way you are. I think you're growing and you're changing. And in so much as you realize, except for that face, in so much that you realize that you believe you have an interest and a problem with codependency, you're going to be able to fix it. That's the first step. Saying, I do this, so I'm going to work on changing it.
You're right. You're right. I admitted I have a problem, and now I'm going to fix it.